Should you see Day of the Dead? Not nearly as well known as its two older siblings, Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead truly has iconic shoes to fill. Shot on a fraction of the budget it was written for, Day of the Dead has difficulty living up to its excellent script. The story involves four factions at odds with one another in the worst of circumstances, and the audience is torn between allegiances. For every possible solution to the zombie threat, there is an equal negative consequence. Some characters are fine paying the price for a given solution, some are not. Tension and social commentary ensue. This is classic Romero. The characters are well written, some racial stereotypes aside, and the overarching narrative is truly inventive and stands the test of time quite well. Despite a tense build-up to a third-act twist that makes zero sense and doesn't even affect the overall plot, the narrative in general feels just as fresh today as it did in 1985. Acting ranges from rabid scenery chewing to solid and nuanced. Given the tense nature of the character interactions, this imbalance works with the film's B-movie vibe to decent effect, though this may resonate with some viewers more than others. The effects are mostly practical and are extremely well executed, a little too well executed, depending on who you ask. The violence and gore are so extreme, this will either make or break the film for you. I personally found it to be distracting from the inventive nature of the story more than anything else, which is a real shame because Day of the Dead takes the very idea of what a zombie is and what it is capable of to ingenious new heights. When it comes to soundtracks, Day of the Dead's is distinctly 80s. Ominous synth soundscapes work to underscore our character's precarious situation, while, in retrospect, working to either horribly date the film or gloss it with layers of powerful nostalgia. So, should you see Day of the Dead? If B-movie zombie flicks that wallow in gore and melodrama don't bother you, or if you are a sucker for inventive new takes on the zombie concept, then Day of the Dead would be a welcome addition to your calendar. If your stomach turns easily, or you can't deal with strong 80s vibes or campy acting, then you may want to avoid Day of the Dead. By way of second opinions, Rotten Tomatoes gives Day of the Dead 82% out of 100, and IMDb gives it 7.2 stars out of 10.